Welcome to the History Lord. There we are. We're joined today on the junction of Bond Street and a very great name for a street, Clifford Street, named after me, obviously. No, it's not. It's named after the Clifford family, but there you go. Today we're talking about Bond Street itself, its history and how it got its name. The street itself was named after Sir Thomas Bond, who was head of a syndicate of developers who purchased one of the Piccadilly mansions called Clarendon House. It was actually owned by Christopher Monk, who was the second Duke of Albemarle, and they bought it in 1686. They demolished the house and developed the area. At the time, that house backed onto open fields, and that was known as Albemarle Ground, and the development of that estate was a first in Mayfair. New Bond Street was laid out during the second phase, which took place 14 years after the initial construction, and most of the buildings along the street date from around the 1720s. It was in the 18th century the street became popular with the bourgeois living in and around Mayfair. Owners of shops let out their upper stories for residential purposes, and they attracted lodgers such as Jonathan Swift, George Selwyn, Pitt the Elder. Georgina Cavendish, the Duchess of Devonshire, in 1784, was an active socialite, and she demanded people boycotted Covent Garden as its residents had voted against the Whig members of Parliament, and in particular Charles James Fox. This caused him to lose his seat in Parliament, and that led to the dissolution of the Fox North coalition government. Well, the Duchess insisted that people should look for nearer shopping streets and encouraged people to go to Bond Street instead. Another famous figure that stayed temporarily in lodgings in New Bond Street between 1797 and 1798 was Lord Nelson, as did his mistress, Emma Lady Hamilton, and she stayed there between 1811 and 1813. Thomas Pitt, the second Baron Camelford, also lived in Bond Street, but he was unhappy about the presence of the Bond Street loungers, as he called them. Already notorious for an abusive and violent temper, Pitt, on the 7th of October 1801, refused invitations to join in a celebration of peace between Britain and France. It resulted in an altercation with several loungers at his doorstep. Camelford retreated upstairs and fired upon the crowd with a pistol. It was in the 19th century that Bond Street became less known for its social atmosphere, but increased its reputation as a street for luxury shopping. There's the Royal Arcade that links Old Bond Street with Albemarle Street, and originally it was proposed, I think around 1864, as a longer link between Old Bond Street and Regent Street, but this plan was rejected because of the amount of demolition that would take place to actually produce this thoroughfare. The street has maintained a reputation for its luxury shopping well into the 21st century, and has on occasions been regarded as one of the best retail locations, not only in London and the UK, but also in Europe. Thanks for watching. We do hope you enjoy these videos, and we hope you're enjoying us on both YouTube and on TikTok as well. If you want to see what we do outside of these videos, please go to historylord.co.uk, see about one of my walking tours of London, or have a look. Google. Why don't you Google Last Line Films? That's James's YouTube channel and his website as well. Have a look for him. He does very good podcasts too. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you very, very soon indeed. Take care.